Yes, sir. We're back with another one, man. The Rilla Show, and it's gonna be
Uh,
bananas. It's your boy IBJ,
Hi,
by the way, representing from the Netherlands, Amsterdam. And this is
and
my
I
man,
oh,
Bozo,
go ahead.
Hooda. Nah, represent
I,
yourself, fam.
I'm his co-host. This is the IBJ Rilla Show.
No,
Nah.
it's not. No, it's not.
It's your boy Hooda LK, man. We got a good one for y'all today. This one is gonna be exciting. I'm talking
Facts.
like really exciting, and I'm personally very honored to have this man to grace our platform. He's been where all artists have wanted to be on the big screen. He's sold over 24 million records. He can sing his ass off. Ladies and gentlemen, Dante Thomas, man. Round of applause.
Whoop whoop.
Mm.
Again, welcome,
How
fam.
y'all doing?
I'm
How's it
doing
going, man?
fine, man. How are you?
Salute, brother.
I'm good. I'm good. Yep.
Good to hear that, fam. Do you want to start it off, fam, before I
Before you go
jump?
ham.
Facts.
uh,
Well,
Word.
maybe we should get one thing out of the way from the get-go, because
Okay.
Okay.
we're talking with someone who has been around for decades. Talked about a lot of things in every interview. One thing in particular: how's Miss California doing?
Ah.
She's doing really. She's doing really good. I mean, people have always asked me if there was a real Miss California, if there was a real one, and actually there was. She's in the
Huh?
video. She's in the video.
Okay,
Oh,
There was a real
snap.
Miss California. I mean, I don't mind telling her name out there after so long. She's in a blue shirt at the end of the video. Her
and did she
name's
knew that she was the inspiration behind the song?
well. I mean, for me, she was. For me, she was. You know.
Okay, but you never
I mean,
told
everybody,
you
everybody,
never told her until now.
no, I mean, she might have heard. She might have heard. Her name is Diane Gayton. Diane Gayton.
Okay.
Very beautiful girl. Yeah, she looks like a younger version of like a Minnie Driver kind of. When Minnie Driver was in her like probably teen, like 20, 21. This kind of thing. 19, 20, 21. She was when I met her. I mean, I don't know. I have no idea where she is in the world today. Maybe she'll hear this interview and reach out to me or something. I don't know. But she was my Miss California. Yeah.
Okay.
She had on a blue shirt that like
A
that
light
go
blue
like
shirt,
this
brown hair, and she was dancing in front of the camera at the end. That's Miss
at the
California.
end. Ah, I saw it just now.
Oh,
Okay,
you
okay,
Yeah,
looked
okay.
it up? Okay, nice,
Yeah.
nice one. Now I was trying to picture the video, but no, I
that was
have
my
to check it.
that was my Miss California.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, that's a
Word.
nice one, man. But
Yeah. That's
we
right
also
there.
deal with younger generations nowadays who might never heard this song or heard it
Mhm.
but didn't know it was you. I
Sure,
know it's how do you say it, redundant, but for those who
redundant.
don't know,
Yeah,
introduce yourself and yeah, tell a bit more about yourself. I'm sorry, but it's for
that's
those who don't know.
yeah. So my name is Dante Thomas. I put a song out in 2001 called Miss California. I was very fortunate enough to be surrounded by a bunch of good people, and ultimately they put me on tour with NSYNC. I did 17 stadiums with them, and then I went
Mm.
on to sell millions of records. Thank goodness for that. And also to this day, I mean, you said it yourself how many records I've sold. So, I mean, like I said, I've been very fortunate enough to have a really interesting career and have songs from Akon to duets with Pink, Neo when he first came out, Miss California remix with a remake with Snoop, although we never put it out. But I mean, like I said, I've been very fortunate to work with some very, very talented people, and now I'm here with y'all, lovely people.
It's
Appreciate it.
that's
Appreciate it.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's how do you say that, of a very nice journey to go through, and I'm a bit speechless. I maybe you can hear it in my voice. It is how do you, yeah, it is an honor to have someone like you who actually done stuff and is still doing the same thing, or at least grinding for the same cause. So yeah,
yeah,
it's a
I
pleasure,
got
man.
a question. I got a
sure,
question. Okay.
yeah.
You had a version with Snoop and you
hmm
got a version with Prize. How did y'all know which one to go with?
Well, the thing is with Praz, that was the one that I got the deal with. The Snoop one came like a year and a half later. We had
Okay.
went to, we
Okay.
had went to his house, and my manager and I we went to his house, and we were just hanging out. and we were talking about doing some records together, and he liked my voice and stuff. And then we
Did
ended
you
up having,
smoke?
I mean, I used to, but I don't no more. I haven't smoked for years.
I mean, you smoke with Snoop?
Oh yeah, I did. My story with Snoop is real interesting. I mean, you know, when I smoked with Snoop, it was real funny because we were in his house and we were in this big room with this high ceilings, and he was like, let's smoke. I was like, sure, because I used to smoke back then. So he says, Dante, grab that bag over there. It looks like an old doctor's bag. It looked like an old doctor's bag from the '60s, and it was like an ugly, like green blue bag, like a doctor's bag. And I opened it up, and there was a bunch of weed in there, and probably like half a pound of weed in there, and then there was some Swisher Sweets, a pack of Swisher Sweets. So he's like, grab the Swisher Sweets. So I was thinking that I was going to take one of the cigars out and then clean it out and then fill it up with some weed and stuff. And anyways, he says, just grab two of them. Now there's only three people in the room. Okay, it was just me, him, and my manager. He said, grab two. When I pulled them out of the little package, I realized they were already pre-rolled. All of them were pre-rolled, thick as can be, but just like cigar rolled. And I'm thinking, and I smelled it. And I was like, one is enough to get all of us like really high and stuff. But he wanted two. And I said, why? He said, I want two so that no one's ever not smoking. And I don't think I've ever been so high in my whole life. I mean, so past one, as soon as one comes to you, someone's giving it to you again. And it was just, it was surreal. But, it was nice. It was nice meeting Snoop. He was a very nice guy and very talented, obviously. And he was working on his iconic persona, which he completely has now. I think he was even an icon back then. But it was a lot of fun going to his house and hanging out with him. And that's not the first time I met him. I met him a couple other times after that. I mean, I was invited to. He was coaching for his one of his children, one of his boys, and so we went to a football game with his family and stuff like that. It was a lot of fun. And then later we went into the studio and did the remake and but politics sometimes get in the way of releases, unfortunately. So, but nevertheless, it was a lot of fun.
And who produced the song?
Who produced it? It was actually the original producer was in Veda Nobles, a guy by the name of Veda.
Okay.
And Veda, his pedigree on music is pretty good. He worked on the Black Album with Jay-Z. He produced He played for Rihanna. I mean, he did the whole Lauryn Hill Miseducation album. I mean, he's a very talented guy.
Very great album. So how did you get into let me, if you don't mind, what is your nationality?
I'm half Mexican. I'm half Mexican, half white.
Okay. Because I was like, you don't look how you used to look. You had the nice, cool, laid back hair coming through, like you had some Hispanic, and then now you're like a cowboy. I was like,
back in shape.
Cowboy.
Pause by the way, but if you're going to talk about changes, he's back in shape as well.
I'm born in Sacramento, but I grew up in Salt Lake City, Utah, which is a basically country rock and roll town. My mom, I grew up listening to R&B and soul like Marvin Gaye and the Whispers and Donny Hathaway, Stevie Wonder, and she'd play that music in the house when she was vacuuming, and that's how I learned. I got a love for R&B music doing that. The funny thing is, though, my mom loved country music, but because my mom loved country music, I was rebellious, and we lived in the country music state, so I was rebellious. I don't want to listen to country music. My mom listens to it all the time. Then when I got older, it's funny. The things you run away from when you're a kid, you running back too quick when you get older.
Facts.
So I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, now I live in southern Idaho in a small little town. I won't say which one, but it's good fishing, good hunting, and clean water and clean air. And we don't talk about COVID, and we don't wear masks to the grocery store either.
I'm moving out there.
Yeah, sounds like the place to be.
We don't have those problems. Where I live, we don't have those problems.
Man, that's awesome. That is awesome.
I'm packing my bags right now, man. Since you traveled a lot, I also saw that you had a collaboration in Germany, which is close by for me. That's why I saw it. How did the collaboration with Chris, for example?
With who?
I think his name was Chris,
right?
Chris.
Oh, you mean Revolver Hell?
Yeah.
Yeah, Revolver Hell, Dizataga. That went real good. That was linked up through a buddy of mine named Marcus Broch, who's the husband of a very famous German singer named Annette Louison. Wonderful gal, super talented, pretty, and as a peach, and wonderful gal too. And he ended up linking me with the Revolver Hell, and that was a really great record. We had a lot of success with that. It was an interpolation of the Joker, and the song's called Dizataga, and that went gold. So that went gold in Germany. So that was pretty good.
Nice.
That was
And
nice.
were you also on a talent show over there? So something
Uh,
like The Voice, but at the German version?
but I honestly, I'll tell you what. Here's the thing. When you're in the middle of those things, they don't really want you talking about stuff. The truth is to all the talent shows I got invited to, I was asked to come,
Okay.
and it wasn't about. And honestly, it wasn't about whether I was going to win it or not, because they didn't want me to win it. It was just me to be there to basically, help with the promotion for the show. Because how can you put someone up like me against somebody who ain't never had experience? It's not fair.
Yeah,
I
true.
mean, I'm not saying I'm like the greatest in the world, but I got experience where they don't, and I got a
Facts.
name where they do. So it did, but the talent shows that I've been on have been a lot of fun, and they paid me good money for it too. So it was a combination of both.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah, I was googling I think earlier this week, and I saw
yeah,
something about that super talent, or at least
super
something like that.
Josh,
My German
yeah,
is
Josh
non-existent.
super talent, Josh super talent show. Yeah, I mean, I won the first round. They gave me the red star, but I didn't. I had a TV show. I think it was on RTL. I think with K1, and He was picking a singer to shoot, a singer that he wanted to do a duet with, and so it was hyped up like that, and so I couldn't even stay with the show anyways because I had to fly to Mallorca, Spain, to shoot this television show, and that was a lot of fun. I
Okay.
mean, we stayed in a villa for about a week, and we had live-in chefs, and I mean, sandy beaches and a bunch of beautiful people around everywhere. I mean, it was inspiring, really. You know.
Speaking about food, in all of the countries you've been, what's your best best memory about food?
Here's the thing. If I say America, people are gonna be like, "Oh, I expected him to say that," but I mean that's just the truth.
I agree.
Nobody makes barbecue like nobody makes barbecue like Americans, and
Amen.
barbecue is my favorite.
Okay.
Woo, me too.
Okay.
Yep.
Fair
And
enough.
some
Fair
hush
enough.
puppies, some
Some
baked
hush
beans.
puppies, some greens, collard greens, and I mean,
Yeah,
I even get down on turkey necks too if it's done right.
me too. Turkey necks,
You
turkey
know,
wings, you know what I'm saying?
everything.
All that.
We
Turkey
aren't
a la
that big on
turkey.
barbecue in the Netherlands, so maybe I should come over to experience a real
You
barbecue,
know,
man.
the
It's
interesting thing
worth it.
about when I've been there or toured there, I always am amazed by the fact that you can get everything out of a machine.
Facts.
Everything.
Facts.
True. True.
Even
You know.
Hooda and I talked about even the dispensary for how do you say that, snacks out of the actual wall.
Yeah, 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 exactly. But
Burgers and stuff.
one of the things I love about Europe, especially, is their cheese is so amazing. Whether you're in the Netherlands or France or their cheese. I mean, their cheese and their bread, you can't beat that. Really. I
No,
mean,
Oh,
fact,
but the
it's
only
a
way,
big
honestly,
export.
their bread is unbelievable. Especially in Germany, they take their bread as seriously as they take their beer.
wow.
There's 101. There's 101 laws you have to follow just to sell and bake, just to bake and sell bread. You don't follow it, you can't sell it.
Did
I
you
didn't
check
even
out the
know that, man.
red light district over there when you was in the Netherlands?
No, I honestly I never went through those places, but I've walked. No, that's not true. I've walked through one because I
So
used
it's
to live.
real.
I used to live in St. Pauli, actually, in Hamburg, and I walked through it one time, and I mean it is what it is. You walk
So
through. I
it's
mean,
real. It exists.
huh?
It
I mean, of
Yeah,
course
really exists.
he doesn't
they.
believe me. He think it's stage or something, or
Yeah.
just for the television for
And
the
it's pretty
outsiders.
amazing because before you go in, there's this gate and it says women not allowed. They don't want women walking through there, so that women ain't supposed to go, and only men.
Okay,
Wow.
that's not the case here in Amsterdam, but yeah, I get you, man.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
But maybe even for the better, because maybe the woman who will walk there have the same issues as the woman who work
Maybe,
there. So
maybe I mean, when you see a woman in that position, I mean, all I know is women can be kind of catty. That's probably why they keep them out of there.
Yes,
You
they
know,
can. They sure
yeah.
can.
Don't want no wife looking or some girlfriend looking for her husband. Where's my husband at? Where's my boyfriend at?
well, nowadays you will
I was
see
like a
couples
bundle of blue
going
eyes. It's
together.
got to be you. This kind of thing.
Oh, they're going together now, he says. He said now they're
Mm,
Oh,
going
they can.
together.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, I
Wow.
don't know about that. That's doing extra for me. I'm a simple
Yes, sir.
guy.
I've
Extra.
seen it happen here in Amsterdam. Man.
I believe it. I believe you, brother. Yeah.
He's been there personally.
Okay.
I live now. Well, not I live there, but it isn't far from where I live now. But yeah, over here
Okay.
is pretty
Oh,
normal.
wow.
Now everything of the pandemic is closed down though. But yeah, I
Sure.
grew up with it, so I think my first interest was when I
Uh,
turned after puberty,
Uh-huh.
Then I was like, well, what's about? But before that, it was just like, yeah, the corner store. I
Okay,
knew it
yeah,
was
yeah,
there, but it didn't, yeah,
yeah.
got my
Interesting.
interest.
Sure.
Facts.
Got it.
Mm. Wow.
So how has technology has changed in the music industry since you've been around for a while?
I mean, how much time we got? I mean, technology and applications, and I mean, when I started, they was still doing what was it? What's that? MySpace. They was still MySpace was a big thing when Miss
I love
California came.
MySpace. Yeah.
Facebook didn't even exist. I mean, Instagram didn't exist. I mean, there's a lot of things that
Right.
didn't exist. These kids, they're so plugged in now. I mean, they got a hardwire right to the vein, technically speaking. Metaphorically speaking, not technically,
Yeah,
but
true.
I mean, technology changes everything. It changes how record labels are done business. It also gives you the ability to get music out there on a broad spectrum without having a major deal. Where before you kind of had gatekeepers. The record labels were the gatekeepers, and if they didn't approve of you, you were not getting in. I don't care who you were. But now you can go sell, a couple 100,000 records through your social media platform, and they'll come to you and offer you the deal at that point. But I mean, the fans are the new A&Rs. That's how it works pretty much. The fans are the new A&Rs. And I think it should be that way because then you put it in the hands of the public. It should always be like that, actually. I don't mind it. When it first happened, I was discouraged about it a little bit. But then I thought, because I wasn't a big social media guy up until recently, I wasn't doing the social media the way I have been the last months now because I just,
There's
I'd
another
say,
one here. The one who
yeah,
I me
doesn't say
yeah.
either.
anything now.
But
Me either.
I'm a big social media person now just because I realize how detrimental it is to be able to embrace. I mean, for lack of a better word, I just think people are into voyeurism. They want to see other people's lives. They want to see what they eat. They want to see how they live. They want to see everything. And if you're going to be an entertainer, you have to be willing to open up your life to that, and you have to be comfortable with it. You have to know where you stand, and it takes a strong inner strength, and also know when to be private.
Yeah.
Everyone can't live life out there like for instance the Kardashians would. That's really open. I mean, I don't think I'm quite there yet. I don't think I'm quite there yet. But I guess if someone gave me a boatload of money, walked up with a wheelbarrow of money and said, "Hey, we want to follow you into the shower," I mean, I look good enough for that, so I wouldn't care too much. But yeah,
Well, yeah,
anyway, I
you
mean,
would take it into
point,
consideration if the money is right.
the
Yeah.
point not that exactly, I'm being exaggerated, but the point I'm trying to make is, I mean, you got to be able to be open enough to let the world into your world.
True. And I think it
Right.
also works
Right.
for your benefit as well. It's yeah, you build up a stronger relationship with your people who listen to your music as well. They feel that they actually know you even though they don't.
Well, actually, to a great extent, if you put enough yourself out there, they
True,
do.
true,
They do.
true.
Facts.
So,
That's facts. So so okay, we talked. No, 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 we talked about it on air. Never mind. We already touched that. Touched on Miss California. Never mind. Okay.
uh-huh.
I was gonna ask more about that because that song it has a. See, that's what I'm not big on color. I'm the one that said close the crayon box. We're all humans. That's my motto. Like close the crayon box. I'm Hooda Luther King. All music belong together. It's just
Sure,
music. It's no genre. It's none of that.
sure.
But you really had embraced the Latin sound as well in the song. Like the beat and
Yeah.
everything was more on some. Would you get on another song like that? Like with that kind of tempo?
I'm
Do you
not
have
against.
any songs like that?
Here's the thing. I'm not against doing. I'm not against doing any kind of music. Here's the thing, guys. I don't make music anymore. I
Oh,
live it. I live.
ah,
I
That's
live
round
it.
of
yeah,
I
applause.
don't.
yeah. That's nice.
Everything I do, I live. One way or
Definitely
the other.
round
It's
of
part
applause.
part of me. So I mean, whether it's. I mean, the next single that comes after "Still in Love with America," whenever that is, it'll be something that relates to me in a personal way. But there's times in my life where people have brought me records that I didn't have nothing to do with, and I related to it. I mean, I'm thankful enough that I have this gift to interpret a lyric as if it's mine. Like Whitney could do that. Like when she's saying "I will always love you," you'd never think that was Dolly Parton record. You think that Whitney wrote it the way she sang it, and that takes a special kind of feeling inside. But most of the stuff, when you do that stuff like that, it's just about being in tune with yourself. Music is really about being in tune with yourself because if you're in tune enough with yourself, then you can put stuff out that other people feel. I mean, kind of like what Shakespeare says when he says, "To thine own self be true." And if you can do that, then you got all your ducks in a row. or the music
Facts.
business included.
Preaching here. Take notes, people. Take notes. Let me ask you something completely random. I said I would do so, so let's get
Go
into
ahead.
it.
But
Um,
before here's one thing I want to say real fast.
yeah.
Here's the thing. Honestly, I'll tell you what. You can really ask any questions you want, any, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because the questions that I wouldn't want to answer, you wouldn't even know how to ask. That's real talk right there.
I'm not even gonna try
Okay.
now.
Okay, go ahead.
I just had
I'm all ears.
a handful of because we normally don't set up questions at all. We like to, yeah, go with the flow. But with the random
Okay,
questions, I do set up just to throw, in this case, you off. So let's
sure.
see. Let's start with this one. What secret conspiracy would you like to start?
What secret conspiracy would I like to start? I'm not a big conspiracy guy at all, but I guess if I wanted to start one, uh, golly, I don't know what would it be. I find the whole flat Earth thing is kind of funny to me. When people, so I mean, look, don't get me wrong. I don't want people hating on my music because they believe the Earth is flat. More power to you. I think that's cool, but I'm pretty sure the Earth is round. Last time my mama told me it was round, and I believe her. But
Yeah,
I
that
think
doesn't make sense for me either.
yeah, but I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, there's a lot of conspiracy. What could I start conspiracy? Shoot, huh? I don't know. I mean, I don't really know. I think all the good ones are taken already. That's the thing. All the good ones are taken.
Hey, y'all fellas, y'all fellas keep chatting. I'm told in the chat I can't be heard for some reason, so y'all go ahead and keep going.
If they can hear Dante, then it's good enough, man.
Oh, that's you right. You right, brother. That's all that matters. That's all that matters. I'm gonna see what's going on over here with me.
Cool. Let me hit you with another one while he's fixing his stuff on his end.
Sure.
What's the weirdest thing a guest has done at your house?
A
Because
guess.
I know you throw a lot of parties throughout the years. What's the
Okay.
weirdest thing a guest has done at your house?
The weirdest thing a guest has ever done at my house has been drunk enough where I mean, in the middle of a party, right? They just
Hmm.
went into my bathroom and just disappeared for a while, and I'm knocking on the door, and come to find out they're taking a bath. They're taking a bath in my
What?
house. Yeah, they're like, I want a big tub. You have a big that house I had was a big tub. I guess he was drinking a little more than he should have been. I don't know why he jumped into the tub. I don't know why, but yeah, I mean, I guess I should have given him some bubble baths to go with it, bubbles. But yeah, he's
Were
taking
you
a
at
shit.
least some kind of close
But the
friends with
thing
him?
is, he's an old friend, and he lived with me in times past. So I mean, I guess it was kind of like he looked at it like his house, but I just didn't understand why. Half drunk, he wanted to go take a bath. I really didn't get that one. To this day, I really don't understand. That was the weirdest thing ever. And
Okay.
big up to Jerry. Jerry, you was a weird dude for doing that. So I'm weird. Weird. I don't.
uh,
Hey, now I'd understood if he'd have been like, "I got a girl in here," it'd be, "Hey, that makes total sense. I get you.
yeah.
I understand." But
Well, it would still be
no,
weird though, without
no.
asking.
I mean, the freaks come out at night. Freaks come out. I mean, it is what it
That's
is.
true as well.
Back,
That's
it
true
ain't
as
my
well.
business, but I mean, it was his. But needless to say, Jerry, I love you, but you're a weirdo for that one, dude.
Okay. Should I hit you with another one?
Go for it.
What in life is truly objective and not objective? Of not subjective, sorry.
Objective and not wait. Say that again. Objective and
What in
what?
life is truly objective and not
Hmm.
subjective?
Huh. That's a good question. The definitions of objective and subjective are very close, but they're not the same. I mean, well, I mean, objective and subjective. I mean, we subject ourselves to certain things, and the object of certain things drag us in or pull us in. I mean, that's a big one. I don't know how to answer that one. That's like a puzzle inside of a quagmire. You know.
Well, that's why I threw a bit there. And by the way,
That's a
most of
very
them.
that's a very educated question. It's an overly educated question, and anybody who might not be intelligent enough might not be able to answer it. My thing is, I'm intelligent enough to answer it. I just think to myself like, it's. I mean, that's a big question, really. Objective and subjective. I mean, the object, for instance, okay, the object of the game in this music business is to win. But but here's the subjective of it. If here's the subjective of it. If you're dating a girl and you break up with her, it's subjective whether you really want to ask her sister out on a date because you don't know what that's going to bring to you. So I don't know if that answers your question. That's the one I'm gonna give though.
Okay. Well, yeah, you give me a brain teaser back. Well, fair, fair enough. How's your
By the way,
audio, Hooda?
I have done that in my life too, and it didn't turn out too good. That's why I'm saying it.
Well, I figured I wouldn't do that to begin with, but yeah, you are in way more
Ah,
better spot than I have, ever will be. So,
well, I would no. I was 16 or 17 years old, and they were pretty girls. They're twins. They were twins. So I mean, it's not like I quit one to go on the other, and they look totally different. They look both the same. So it was like I was dating two girls the same.
yeah,
You
you made
know.
an honest mistake, right?
Yeah, well, I wouldn't
You
say
thought it was the
honestly.
same.
Hey, they were both good kissers, so I can't necessarily say it was a mistake. They were both good kissers. The only mistake was how their daddy was looking at me afterwards, sitting on his sitting at his it's well, like he could be one of these kind of guys where he's sitting at the table with a shotgun polishing it up, talking about when you're gonna bring my daughter home, this kind of thing. So
Okay, so yeah, he wasn't that happy with. Well,
yeah,
you
he
wouldn't
wasn't
be
too
either,
happy with
but
it. He wasn't too happy with it. No, I didn't even stay friends with the girls either. Unfortunately, they're both lovely girls. I didn't stay friends with them either. But
and were you already popping in the music industry back then?
on a local level, yeah, but not on a national level. No,
Okay, well,
no, I was, yeah. In my circle of friends, I was always the guy that when they invited to the party, I would be singing and I'd pull all the girls around. They'd be Dante, would you sing a record? Because they knew if once I started singing, all the girls would come hang out with us.
you sound like a slick one as well, and that's
But
as positive as can be.
I used to be, not so much anymore.
Well, yeah, not to mention it, but you have grown older as well, so comes
Yeah,
with the age, I think.
I have. It's true.
Would your audio is fixed or not?
No, everything is hooked up.
Oh,
Y'all can hear me, but for some reason, Spreaker is not letting me be heard.
Okay,
interesting.
well then it's just me and you, Dante, if you don't mind.
Oh, this
Okay.
sucks.
All they see, all the folks see is the mouth moving on him, but they don't really hear nothing. But those
Yeah.
that,
Well,
but here's the
that's for the
thing:
best.
those that can,
If
for those
depends
that
what
can
you
read
see.
lips, for those that can read lips, you'll be fine.
Facts.
Fair.
Yeah.
And I
Well,
know some American Sign Language, so you know what I'm
There
saying.
you go. Oh, see, there you
Yeah.
go. See,
yeah,
Yeah.
let's switch over to sign language then, man.
All right.
I'll be stuck on stupid if I'd have to do that. I'm not even good at that kind of stuff.
Oh,
But
Mm.
I can speak sign at all, so
okay, so we're all in the same boat.
that would be a
Mm.
problem, man.
Yeah.
Let me see, man.
Oh
Because
my goodness.
we have only your new song is in our rotation today, right? Just to be sure.
Still in love with America.
Okay.
Still in love, yeah.
Because we can also transition to that, so he can fix his audio, or I can throw some more random questions to you. We can talk about the
Sure.
song. We can do whatever you
Sure.
want. Because again, it's your celebration today. It's your show. We're just attending
Facts.
to it.
Appreciate that.
Facts. Facts.
So is that a plan to
Go ahead
transition
and
to
run
the
them
song?
song.
So yeah,
We can. Yeah.
so you can
Sure
check
can.
what's wrong on your end and
Yeah.
hopefully join back in.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
let's make it
Um,
happen.
yeah. Would you like to announce the song yourself, or he
Sure.
can't?
Sure. My name is Dante. This is my new single, Still in Love with America.
If tomorrow you were faced with the end of all we know, if the soldiers put down their guns and walked away from all their posts, would you take their place? Could you take their place? We no longer